Hi there, welcome back to the channel. On today's video we're going to be unboxing Tamiya's Volvo fh12 globetrotter 420. One of the cheapest kits from Tamiya. Paid $279 for this. It is just the kit though, but you do get a lot of options for this particular kit. The multi-function control unit, legs for the trailer, obviously a trailer, oil filled shocks. You can get the matte plated gearbox housing, torque tuned motor, alloy servo mount, reinforced output shaft, and aluminium servo mount and servo saver. I don't know if you can see that on the side of the box there. 3-speed gearbox. So let's get the box open and have a look what you get in the kit. Never done a European truck, but I mean it does look pretty cool. Box is laid out all nice, like the orange in the inside. Got the old whippy aerial, nicely laid out. I think looks pretty cool. So first off, we've got our truck body. As with all of Tamiya's body shells, the detail on them is absolutely amazing. As you can see there, all the door details, door handles, and all the lugs and everything, I'm assuming for the sleeper cab on the front. Got our side panels, front bumper. It's nice when the bumpers are all separate. Not sure what colour I'm going to paint this truck yet. It shows yellow on the box art, but if anybody has got any comments on what colour you think it should be painted, let us know in the comments, because it's going to take a while to build. So hopefully a few people will comment on colours, and then I'll choose the one that everybody goes for. So we've got our front bumper and our side skirts. The American trucks don't have those. Got our fuel tank. Not sure if you could add the chrome ones, because I've got quite a few spare ones of them. Got all of our wheel arch parts, and some fender flares, and like the aerodynamic bits that go up the side. Comes with all the nice internal wheel arches, and you also get like an exhaust, which looks pretty cool. Not sure if you could detail that up maybe. Oh no, that's not the exhaust, sorry. That is the air filter that sticks out the top. Got the air vents, a few other bits and pieces, and the Volvo grille. Really short chassis rails. I mean, I think this is the shortest kit that Tamiya make. I'll measure them up and I'll let you know when I'm building them. They look even shorter than the Globe liner. Tiny little chassis sections. Got all our sleeper cab and the aerodynamic little fin that goes on the top. All really well detailed. Got the inside of the cab, where the fifth wheel handle goes, and some more wheel arches. Got quite whopping, quite big hefty wheel arches on there. A little plate for the fifth wheel attachment. I think I might have a chrome one of them. And another thing, do I build it standard or soup it up a little bit? I did think about making a drift truck, but not quite sure how those plastic gears will hold up, but I have noticed there's quite a few companies that make the brass gears, and I suppose you could sinter those edges of the gear just to make it engage better, and maybe they'll hold a little bit more power, but only time will tell. And because it's only a single rear axle, I think it would work as a drift truck. Not quite sure, but wouldn't hurt really to stick a brushless motor in there, you know, something a bit half decent. I've got a castle system which I could pop in, I suppose. So let us know in the comments, should I build it standard or go a bit mad. Got our fifth wheel, all the fifth wheel latch, rear light lenses. Might put a light kit in this, retrofit it afterwards. Maybe not the Tamiya version because I mean they're like nearly £300. I know GT Power make one for about £80, I think it is, and that includes all the lights, and I think you get about 30 different engine sounds. And it looks a lot easier to install, a lot simpler in its layout, and the box is a lot smaller. So if I decide to go that route, I'll do a little review on one of them. Got tinted glass, which I think looks quite cool. Tinted sun visor. Oh, you get a full interior. Steering wheel, gear stick, indicator stalks. All the little chrome light bezels, and a really quite a nice dash. So you could do a really nice interior on these. Maybe leave one of the side windows out so you can see inside the cab. Not sure what these parts are. Oh, we've got our battery tray. That mounts horizontally across the chassis inside the cab, and a few bits and pieces, a few brackets. Got our little chassis supports that keep the chassis separated. Linkages, a few rod ends. So we've got our axles in this bag. Just one axle on the back of this truck. Single axle. And our gearbox housing, which you can get, like on the side of the box it shows in that matte chrome, if you want to sort of make it a little bit more realistic, a bit more scale, with a bit more detail. Then we've got our gearbox selectors. These are pretty much the same in most of the 3-speed kits. And the little sort of plastic bushings that take the bearings. On this particular build, I'll do a full gearbox build, like from beginning to end, in one sort of take, because quite a few people get sort of stuck building these gearboxes when they're really simple to build when you've built a few of them. But I know what people, I mean, I remember building my first one, put it all together, built the entire truck, left the two little springs out that centre the main forks. Big fat instruction manual, unusual to come in plastic. Normally they're just, you know, unwrapped. And we've got quite a very simple decal job, tiny little decal sheet. But like I say in all of the videos, I think Tamiya make the best manuals of any RC manufacturer. And it's quite cool, you get all the part numbers at the back of the manual, and they also put in like the sort of selection of the basic hop-ups for the kit. And then we've got a big part box. Obviously we've got our tyres. Not sure if they're going to be up for drifting, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that makes like a harder tyre for the rear of the truck. So these are pretty standard on all of Tamiya's trucks. They use pretty much the same tyre, and they're a nice compound. They seem to last a long time, and it's not like, you know, you're going to be doing burnouts in your truck. Well, unless you build a drift truck, that is. Got Tamiya's pretty much standard chrome plated wheels. They are the same on most of Tamiya trucks. I do think they look pretty cool. Got our front and our rear wheels. And then a giant bunch of parts. Oh no, sorry, there are rear wheels, there's the front wheels. They've got that sort of sticking out hub, which they are actually, the front wheels for this truck are different. than the American versions. I think they look pretty cool. They've got like that ring on them on the front. You see that on the camera. Pretty cool. Rear wheels are the same as the American trucks though. Got part bag we got up to then A, B, C, D, E. So part bag A, ball studs, bracketry, and the little front chrome plated suspension holders, and a few ball ends. Tamiya's grease, Tamiya Loctite, the Tamiya box wrench, and their version of a 3M tape to hold all your speed control and everything in. Standard 540 silver can motor. If I'm going to run the truck, I'll probably just use the standard motor, but if we turn it into something a bit more spicy, obviously I'll stick that castle system in, but at least you get a motor in the kit, and most people aren't going to be roaring these trucks around. Part bag B, got our leaf springs, front axle which is metal. And I don't know why Tamiya anodize their little friction shocks pink, but they do. But I do think they look pretty cool. Plus all our suspension mounting hardware, all the C-clamps and the shackles, and a load of hardware, stainless steel hardware. Part bag B. Part bag C, drive shafts, differential, there's a few aluminium parts in there, don't recognise them. Leaf springs. You don't get bearings in the kit, but I've ordered a bearing kit. But when I'm building the gearbox, there's one bearing that sits inside the box, which it shows it as a brass bearing. Apparently, if you glue that one in, it acts a lot better for the rod to slide back and forth, because like ball races aren't really designed for something to be going in and out, if you know what I mean. So I might stick with the brass bushing just in that particular part. All the differential gears are Tamiya standard, sort of whatever that is, aluminium type material. Got our gear bag for the gearbox, like I say, 3-speed, which is pretty cool. That's weird, never had a BC bag before, quite weird, but totally full of 8mm and 10mm hardware. Big bag of the dreaded E-clips, well, at least they're the gigantic ones, and loads of screws for the wheels. That's weird as well, never seen BB before. Part bag E, load of bracketry, the 5th wheel, rubber mud flaps, and some ball studs, and some more brass bushes. Part bag D is all the gearbox housing, front and rear plate, pinion gear, drive shafts, tiny little centre drive shaft through the middle, and all the little standoffs for the gearbox. And like I say, I will do a full build of the gearbox in one video. We've got part bag F, bracketry, which looks like it holds the cab on. Oh, and I did wonder how that worked. 2 tiny little aluminium hinges, so you can hinge the body like a proper European truck. And then I've never seen that. And then we've got part bag BA, loads and loads more hardware. So it's going to be quite a comprehensive kit. Like I say, full set of ball races are in order. If I'm going to use it with a trailer, probably use a torque tuned brush motor, but if I'm just going to drive it like a lunatic, we're going to put that brushless castle system in there. But for the build it completely standard with them ball races. Get that GT light and sound kit, do a little review on that, and then I'll just do a comparison to the Tamiya one compared to the GT one, because at the end of the day you can retrofit that in all sorts of different vehicles. So looks like it's going to be a cool build. Like I say, let us know what colour you think I should paint this truck, and whatever colour gets the most from the comments will be the colour it gets painted. So like I say, hope you've enjoyed the little unboxing video, and I hope to see you in the next one. So thanks for watching. Bye.